What's cracking, everybody? It's your Uncle 79, the Spiritual Savage. I am doing a message. It's 10:09 p.m. on February 29th, 2024. It is the last day of February. It's 41 degrees Fahrenheit and clear in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Let's give some thanks to my dad, the Most High God, for bringing us here for this message. I had to get out of bed for this one. I did try to film a couple of shorts, but that's just not long enough. So let me just jump right into this, okay? I was listening to somebody whom I adore. What's up, my pretty? And she said some things, and I was like, you know what? She's right. You know, I've had people say a lot of things about me over the last few years. Now, for a long time, at least for a good two years, there was a whole foundation, or no, a whole movement, a whole underground movement that I knew nothing about, where people were talking shit. Okay? Put my glasses on for this. Yeah, there we go. Where people were just like bashing me and trashing me, starting rumors, starting smear campaigns, lying to law officials, police about me, saying I was doing horrible things, saying all kind of anything that you can think of. And I mean anything that you can think of. They were telling people that I was doing those things. They were telling police officers that I did, which drastically affected my life. You know, and for a while, I was unable to understand like why things were going so badly. So let's fast forward. I've always been intuitive anyways. You know what I'm saying? I've always had gifts. I might not have always been very public with my gifts with my family and friends or whatnot, but personally, I always knew I had gifts. They did too. They just some fucking liars. Okay? But it wasn't until I picked up the tarot cards that, you know, people probably started to say, well, look, there's proof now that he's losing his fucking mind or some shit, you know? But I want to start off by saying, well, first of all, I just have a question for anybody that's out there talking shit, okay? You know, are people crazy when they're reading cards for you? Or are you just as crazy as the person you're saying is crazy when your ass spent all that money on psychic hotlines and shit? Calling a motherfucker on the phone, paying him $5 a minute or more, and you don't even know who the fuck you was talking to? Talking to a bitch named Mary, could have been a nigga named Larry, you wouldn't have known the difference, but you paid for it? Isn't that crazier than me pulling cards? Huh? Is a motherfucker crazy when they're giving you good sound advice that you use and became better with? Huh? Is a motherfucker crazy when they give you some money and don't ask for it back? Or loan you money and then don't even ask for that back? Huh? Is a motherfucker crazy when they sit on the phone and listen to you talk and cry about how somebody's leaving your funky ass? Or how your kids don't respect you? Or how nobody understands you but me? Was a motherfucker crazy then? No. A person only becomes crazy when the truth is exposed. And see, when people know that you're not somebody that's going to fall for anything, when you stand for something, when people know that about you, that's when they go into these groups of people. You know, it's like a virus. A virus amongst your family, your friends, your coworkers, your community of people that you live amongst. That's when the virus is released and everybody becomes infected without your knowledge. Because what they want is so that when they do you something, when they do the most horrible things to you, when something really bad happens to you, and you go to say, well, they did that. They did this. I know they did it. Everybody thinks you're crazy. That's why it's important to not use drugs. I don't give a fuck with anybody. I mean, do what you want to do. But when you're doing things like that, things that are that just feed into that narrative, it only helps them prove their really fictitious point, a lie. You're helping them prove a lie. You're feeding into the gaslighting. Not saying it's fair that they do it to you, but that is how they do it. The majority of people that go through this kind of shit that I'm discussing are people that have used drugs. That people that have used crystal meth, have used crack. Really, it's just crystal meth from my understanding, to be honest. I have not heard of anybody else that's used any other kind. I've never, well, and people who use like heroin too, I've heard that. I've heard it from these people, but mainly people that, had issues with crystal meth are the majority of the people that I hear are really gaslit by people, which leads me to think, just common sense says there's something else bigger.
What's up, collective?
Did you? Okay. I wasn't even touching the phone. But I'm telling you that what it does take somebody that has a good sense of intuition, discernment, education, and good analytical skills. I'm a Gemini Virgo. So what the fuck? I'm going to recognize everything. I wouldn't give a fuck if I was adopted, and that ain't even my real birthday. But damn it, I'm that gifted that I embody the qualities of those signs. They knew this, okay? But it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out if a big group of people are going through the same thing. I met people all the time that I knew were not gaslighting me. That when I was using drugs and shit. I met people that were so distant from me. Like, in random places. They all had the same fucking stories. Okay? So what does that tell me? That there's something bigger going on. I personally think that there's a list. Of course there's a list. Everybody, listen, not everybody's on a list, but everybody is on some fucking list. And if you're gifted, listen, we are in the age of Aquarius now. It's time for people to start waking up and understanding that aliens do exist. Astrology is real, okay? It's not junk science. So from the times that we're born, these people already know who we are. Okay? They take our blood, they write down the exact date and time we're born, rush our shit to an astrologer, and they come back and go, well, look, this is what this person has in their birth chart. They can look at your fucking palm as a baby and tell, why do you think they fucking they take prints of your feet? Just in case you get kidnapped? What the fuck? No. They do that shit and they file that shit. It just makes sense. The same way they take your fingerprints when you get arrested, the same way they took those baby footprints and filed them somewhere too. Duh. So if you got a bunch of people sitting around that are on at 7:44 o'clock, you got a bunch of people around that are on this list of junkies, people who aren't meant to be anybody, or they try to destroy your future. But if they see that you're on drugs, you know what they do? They use us as lab rats to experiment on us in all different facets of life. Because at this point, when you are using drugs, you become the less desirables. You become like a fucking leper. You feel me? And so what your family doesn't want to tell you is that they've enrolled you in some type of program. They know what the fuck is going on, and they're getting paid to let you be some fucking lab rat. That's what I just heard. Okay? So it's true. Because where in the fuck else am I coming up with this shit? You think I sit around all day and think about shit to come on here and say? I don't. No, I don't. So they put you into these communities with everybody around you's getting paid to harass you so that they can see how you respond. But then the moment that you wake up and you realize you stop using drugs, see, they want to say you have entity attachments. The only kind of negative entity attachments I had were you motherfuckers. My life has gotten so much more peaceful and better since I cut off all those negative karmic motherfuckers. So were they the demons that I had these attachments to? Probably so. What do we want to say about this? Because this shit's, I'm not angry. I'm just, it's kind of like I'm like bewildered. I am so bewildered. Not just at my situation, but just the audacity of people as a whole. And again, if a relative is sincerely having an issue with drugs or mental health or anything that could possibly take them out of this world, instead of going around telling everybody they're a fucking junkie and they ain't shit, shouldn't you help them? Like, seriously. Instead of going around talking shit about a person, telling everybody they ain't shit, they ain't never gonna be shit, blah, 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 blah. And all you do is sit around and talk badly about a person. If it were me, I'd be like, well, that's a reflection on you motherfuckers. Why aren't you guys helping him? But nobody seems to ask that, right? There's something wrong with that. Spirit provides me the discernment to see things from my spiritual eyes instead of my 3D eyes. I got receipts on everybody. Duh. The discernment allows me to accept the things that I'm seeing from a spiritual level. Because on the 3D level, with all the receipts that I have, I'd be in jail from beating y'all asses or fucking all y'all up. If I saw things from a 3D perspective, I'd be telling all y'all business. The truth instead of the lies. But the spiritual perspective that I have doesn't allow me to meet you guys on that level. Doesn't allow me to do that. Because what I realize is that whatever you guys have done to me is not just about me. It's bigger than that. I'm a servant of the Most High. I'm not here to just serve myself like you motherfuckers. Okay? But they run around saying that we're crazy and this, that, we're out of our minds, because if you were to figure something out and you said something to somebody, and it's happened to me, which is why I'm telling you, God told me to start this channel. I couldn't call the police. They already had it in my file that I'm crazy. Everywhere I go now, I got to be crazy. So that makes it easier for people to try to break into my apartment, for the people in the rental office to continue to harass me, try to evict me, put me out in the streets because they're taking some cuts from my family. You got all those people and my cousin works down there. I'm just calling it what it is, saying what it is. You got all those fucking people working. This is what I'm saying. This is what they do to us. You got all those fucking people working in that rental office and knew that little troll, ugly ass bitch was harassing me and other people, printing off fake ass eviction papers to get people out of here, moving in convicted murderers right across the parking lot from me. But nobody bothered to say, why are you doing this to him? Let me go tell my boss. Let me tell her boss. Let me tell the CEO that this lady is here doing this to these people. Nobody bothered to do that. So something's wrong with me or something wrong with everybody else. But I'm here to tell you, collective, you are not going to be able to get the results you're looking for or get people to listen to you if you're on drugs, drunk, running around, doing low vibrational karmic shit. You're not going to get the coverage. You can't serve two masters. You can only serve one. I'm done. I'm at the point. I've been to the point in my life where I'm done playing by everybody else's rules. I play by the Most High's rule. That's it. That's the only thing that has kept me alive. My family knew goddamn well what was going on here with me and down in Rochester. They knew it. They didn't help. But they helped themselves to my advice. They helped themselves to tarot card readings. They helped themselves to anything else I wanted to offer them except helping themselves to help me. And that is the fucking truth. Yeah, mystic. I can't make this shit up. Yeah. Because you're a mystic. I'm a mystic. And it's not even, let's call it what it is. It's not even just a mystic. We just talk to God. We have a connection to the Most High God that they don't have. They could have it. They could have had it. But they choose not to have it. Because God's not filled with jealousy, envy, greed, lust, deceit, self-loathing. No, God is not filled with all that. God does not tell us to be that way. The devil tells people to be that way. And that's who the fuck they serve. My other question is this. So let's say for just a shout out that I am crazy. Does that change again, I've said it a million times. If I was crazy, does that change the fact that you still tried to do what you've done to me? No, it doesn't change the fact that you're a fuck. I would rather be crazy than a fucking liar. I would rather be crazy than an abuser. I would rather be crazy than a fucking thief. or a narcissist or a sociopath. So call me crazy all motherfucking day. Who cares? You calling me crazy does not stop the feds from looking into your sorry asses. You calling me crazy doesn't stop whatever jail sentences you have coming to you. And you calling me crazy does not stop the fucking bankruptcy filings that you motherfuckers are going to have to make. Simple as that. You took something that did not belong to you and then tried to kill me before I found out. That's wrong, crazy or not. Tried to deem me. Listen, I'm just gonna put it out there, since because I'm telling you now, 555 on the clock. It's not weird that all of a sudden a motherfucker wants to get certified or get licensed to be a notary public, and then now you ain't doing it all of a sudden. Now, why the fuck would you do that? Because you need to sign my signature. Why am I not getting any mail? I've done enough research and looking into things. And see, they knew I was doing that too. They knew what I was finding out, because see, a lot of what I was doing is I was communicating this to my immediate family. Like, there's some weird shit going on. And see, I didn't suspect them at first, but the more and more I started to look and dig and listen and put my ears down to the ground, I understood who the fuck was doing what. I know what people have done. I'm not hearing everything from the divine dummies. The divine is there to confirm what I've already found, and to lead me towards things for me to continue to find out things. You think I'm sitting around here for a fucking seance with dead detectives? What kind of shit is that? No, you guys are just sloppy criminals. And and I'm gonna just be honest with all y'all. Most of the shit I found when I was high. I wasn't even out of my mind when I was high. But say that's what you wanted to tell everybody. But I've got years and years of fucking receipts. And best believe, the fucking narcs that you employed to come and harass me, to try to infect me with fucking diseases, to try to kill me, they don't owe you no motherfucking loyalty. Them niggas is snitching on y'all left and right. They better be. And y'all telling on yourselves. Y'all told on yourselves. Because all it takes is for a person that... Listen, anybody that comes around, anybody that's one of God's chosen, and they will be convicted. They will be convicted by the Most High God to see what people are doing, to see who a person really is. And then that's when a motherfucker starts spilling the beans. All it takes is to listen to somebody. I'm intuitive. I know when somebody's lying. I know the cues. I'm a man that lives in this world, who've been around worldly people. I've been worldly before. I have been in this world. I have been in sin. I have been around people who have sinned. Don't you think I know when the fuck people are doing something fucking shiesty? You guys are making yourselves look more and more guilty when all you're doing is spreading lies. But then you want to email me or come on my fucking channel and tell me you love me, or why you ain't calling nobody. But I thought I was crazy though. You don't think people are recognizing that shit? No, you motherfuckers wanted to say I was crazy so that you can put me away. Or that you can say I can't manage some money that I didn't know shit about. Okay? And as I've always said, the money, just wanted y'all to leave me the fuck alone and stop lying. The moment that raggedy bitch and her funky ass mama lied to the police about me, and none of you bitches stepped forward to have my back, I knew something was fucking wrong. Y'all was in on it. Duh. And not to mention, let me just say it. I notice everything. Just like you know my motherfucking information, I know yours too. Okay? All it took was for me to do a background check on your address, on all you motherfuckers' addresses, and see the names. That it doesn't take much. Or maybe it does, and maybe I'm just gifted to be able to do that. But 2 plus 2 equals 4. And it always will. When you connect the dots of all the motherfucking people that y'all know, all these people in common and shit, no matter what aliases people use, no matter what names people use, trust and believe. That's when discernment comes in. Because see, collective, what they want you to do is run around looking for all these paper receipts and this, that, and the third. No, you take that shit to God. Surrender it to the Most High. And the answers will come. The solutions will come. I will continue to preach that every single day if I have to. Because they want us in the rat race of life running around looking crazy like they are telling people we are. So we're walking around paranoid. Everybody's out to get me. Well, they are, but you have to look at it from a spiritual sense. Why are they out to get you? Switch your perspective, and that'll switch your movements and the way you move in the world. That's why they want to shut my channel down. That's why they keep shadow banning my shit, because I'm giving you valuable, life-saving information that will expose all these negative energies that are surrounding us, trying to take us out for money, or trying to sex traffic us, or hiding video cameras in our house, putting us on the dark web. Motherfuckers, a whole group of a small coven of my ex-boyfriends all getting together. I knew about that shit too, but I just couldn't prove it, and I just gave up, and I said, fuck it. I got all the proof I need to move around and leave these motherfuckers alone, because what goes around comes around. What people do in the dark always comes out in the light. And when God tells you to move, you move. If I wouldn't have started this channel, I'd be one dead motherfucker. Money. The King of Pentacles in reverse. That's all these people care about is money. Yeah, but look it. What is that? Looking into lies. Looking into that bullshit lies. That's all you got to do. Go within so you don't go without. Mystic Tori Tarot says that. Look into the shit you go within. This is going inside of self. Having your spiritual awakening. So that you can see the lies and the bullshit that people are doing. And that's when you reject that shit. I don't want that shit. And you pour that shit out. It doesn't belong to you. You feel me? Listen, and all these people, this is the crazy part. All these people, the fact that I saw my little brother fucking talking about being a draconian, that wasn't enough for me. Duh. Yeah, there's something going on in my family. Some kind of coven shit going on. I am not stupid. They want me to be stupid. They want you to be stupid so that you can sit around looking stupid. When the guillotine drops and your head is chopped off, then the last thing you was doing was looking stupid. Instead of trying to get away from these people and live better. Trust me, if I was that, you know what? I'm crazy in a different way. 23:23 on the clock. I'm crazy in a different way. I remember everything. That's how crazy I am. I remember everything. I remember when people say certain things, the way they move, the smallest nuances, I pick up on. That's why ain't none of these motherfuckers around me. I know why they were doing what they were doing. But I was dependent on them for money, for support, for places to live, for protection. And they failed miserably. They weren't helping me. They were making my situation worse. And that's when I had to take a look at it from spiritual perspective. If they're not helping me, they're hurting me, family or not. And I'm a grown-ass man. I don't have to deal with these people. I will figure it out. And that's what I did. And that's what you can do too. They want you to believe that you can't do this, whether it's your family, your friends, your job, whatever, your community of people. Fuck them. You came in this world alone and you gonna leave this bitch alone. You need to be concerned about when you leave this bitch, where you going. Fuck what everybody else is doing, because we already know where they're going after all the shit they keep doing to people like you and me. And see, I've said it before. Don't nobody want to have a roundtable conversation with me in front of everybody. The same people that they've trashed me to, the same people that they talked all this shit to me about. Don't nobody want to sit around and have, I've said it. If anybody would do it, well, I'm over it now. Fuck it. The right people heard what the fuck I needed to say. And so now everybody else has to hear your explanations. I don't have to say shit. I'm playing my position. Like the Most High said, shut the fuck up and watch. Okay? But before, that's why I was like, anybody want to have a roundtable discussion for everybody to chime in, and just watch? They didn't want to do that because they already know I'm coming with the motherfucking facts and the receipts. Then they got to explain it and probably bring up some shit didn't nobody know nothing about. So motherfuckers taking notes go, let's put that on the list too. Let us look into that too. And that's another reason why motherfuckers want to get rid of your ass, because they so scared you're going to tell their secrets the same way they told bullshit lies about you, or maybe even told your business. Yeah, they're balanced. You being balanced, you being an earth angel, makes them weak. They can't stand it. They can't stand it. Instead of just leaving you alone. Everybody's so fucking high. Yeah, magician. What's up with this magician? Everybody's so fucking high or drunk or high on themselves that everybody's sitting around doing all these fucking police reports on you. You got 30 people making police reports on you. That's odd. And so then when they start looking into you and you're just going about your business by yourself, don't you think if you get some good law officials instead of the bitches that were coming to my house at first, confirmation. Instead of the bitches that were coming to my house at first who didn't give a fuck, who already were getting paid to ignore a motherfucker, or already had it in their head. That's why I called the police. The fucking crisis unit shows up. So I was like, fuck that. I can't even deal with them no more. You feel me? It's crazy as fuck. It's crazy as fuck. The truth is stranger than fiction. And the fact that a large collective of us have the same kind of experiences and stories, that's not a coincidence. The same way when all the teenagers in Nightmare on Elm Street, everybody was, it's a group delusion. No, bitch, Freddy Krueger was coming back to take y'all kids for murdering his ass. Duh. Okay? This is not a group delusion. The masses live in a group delusion. The Matrix. The group delusion has been for the last 2,000 years that they could get away with whatever they wanted to do because everybody believes everything they fucking see. Okay? But the one thing they didn't see was God. They saw money, war, control. Yeah, they use magic to win. Manipulation to trump you. To do whatever it takes to win. Magic, manipulation, lies, whatever. To keep you blinded and stuck. I can't make this shit up. This talks about jar spells. Freezer spells. I'm almost done. Because what I'm realizing is that, listen, I could keep the Queen of Wands in reverse. You got a bunch of incubus, succubus bitches that you grew up with. Maybe even your children. All fucking with the devil. I mean, I could, and they all do this because they know you know. Or they know that you're going to find out. Especially if they know you have gifts. That's why they keep trying to shut down channels like mine and a lot of other people. Whether they're readers or spiritualists or motivational speakers, people that are out here waking people up just specifically. I'm not out here trying to sell you no dream. I'm not out here asking nobody for no motherfucking money. And I'm not telling you how to go out there and get it either. Okay? I'm here to wake you up. Your spiritual alarm clock. That's all I'm here for. Trust and believe. If I was everything everybody said that I was, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to anybody. Not after what I know about the Most High God, I wouldn't be able to do this. You feel me? But see, what it was that they told all these lies and tried to get me in these clusterfucks of situations, so that I went into isolation and never showed my face, so that everything that they said about me would be true, because it would appear as if I was hiding. No, but they wanted me to hide. Why the fuck would anybody tell all these lies on me for fun? No, they're doing it for capital gain. Something has to do with money. Collective. If people are doing that to you, yes, people are evil, but people don't care that much. People can just be nasty to you without trying to set you up for fucked up false accusations or cases or murder. They're doing it for money or clout, which involves them being able to get access to money. It only makes perfect sense. There are people in this world that just like to kill people for the rush. But I doubt anybody comes from a whole family or friend group full of them motherfuckers. No, these people want to do it because they're trying to take something that belongs to you. That's the only fucking thing that makes sense. And then when that makes sense to you and you talk about it, then everybody wants to tell you that you're fucking crazy. That's because they're all fucking lying. Duh. People are not just going around doing this kind of shit to people for fun. They're doing it because of money. Either money that they stole from you or the fact that they're trying to kill you because there's some money that they put on your ass through life insurance. What else is there? And best believe if anybody wants to kill you because they're jealous of you and they're in your family, they got life insurance on you. Oh, and just in case anybody's looking, yeah, I did a very thorough search of missing money, not from the missingmoney.com website. I did my own research. Yes, and there was something that was left for me that somebody fucking claimed a few years ago. That had been sitting there. The fact that a motherfucker, and I'm not gonna say his bitch ass name, but because I done already wore that nigga out, okay? But the fact that a motherfucker wants to sit around and write down everything about me, want to talk like me, dress like me, take his punk ass to Michigan, got family down in Thomasville, everybody's motherfucking related, I don't know it. The ex-boyfriend got overseas accounts. What the fuck he got that for? Didn't think I was gonna find that, did he? I did. I'm not crazy. And I'm not saying this because everybody that watches me knows I'm not crazy. Listen, this has been almost a year of me doing this. Motherfuckers ain't tuning in to see me go crazy. They're tuning in for the fucking truth. And the truth sets us free. I'm a messenger of God, and God doesn't fucking lie. The devil does. Okay? So all these motherfucking monitoring spirits, gang stalking ass neighbors, weird ass people in the rental office, which by the way, I'm going to repeat again. So if anybody's over there watching, yeah, they going to owe me some fucking money. I'm still here because of the grace of God. And hopefully whoever's new over there got enough sense to go, they shouldn't have been fucking with him anyway. And it's not even just me. There's tons of other people that ugly, nasty, funky bitch was fucking harassing. And I'm always going to talk like that about her. You feel me? But I'm telling you that these are the things that these people do. People are so linear with the way they look at things. People never look at the big picture. They just don't, because that's the way the Matrix trains us to look at things. Well, we can only look at it by this particular way because that's what we told you to do. Aren't we all cognitive of the fact now that most of the shit that we learned in school as far as history is concerned is all fucking lies? Shit, most of us don't even know who the fuck our real parents are these days. Duh. Motherfuckers lie. Nobody's perfect. The same shit that we went through, the same shit is the same shit our parents went through or worse. Okay? Because best believe I grew up thinking that my mother was perfect and she would never do anything wrong. Psh, bullshit. She's a fucking person too. And if don't nobody like what the fuck I just said, what you gonna do about it? I'm almost 44 years old. You gonna do whoop my ass or ground me? My best advice for anybody out there that got something negative to say about my experiences, go tend to your children and make sure that they don't go through the shit I've gone through. That's the best fucking advice I can give you. Or move out the way and let them come watch my fucking video so they can know to get away from your narc ass in that order apple orchard. And don't confuse my passion with anger. This shit is just it's disgusting. It's irritating and it's disgusting. We are all too old to be listening to what everybody else has to tell us about who the fuck we are and the things that we've gone through and why. Jesus' homeboy sold his ass out for 30 pieces of fucking silver. What the fuck you think your best friend that's jealous of your ass gonna sell you out for? A whole lot more than that. Or maybe a lot less. There are motherfuckers I know sell a bitch out for a bag for an 8-ball in a heartbeat. So don't be fooled. I said it enough times in my video. You're probably sitting right next to a motherfucker that'll do that shit to you right now. Already has got you caught up in some fucking legal shit that you don't even know nothing about. Most of the time you're under investigation, you don't even know. Unless you're paying attention, unless you're cognitive and you understand something bad is going on. These people are I knew when I was being watched. But guess what I didn't do? I didn't switch up and become somebody totally fucking different. I just got rid of negative ass people and negative ass environments and negative ass habits. But I still, even when I still didn't switch up. You feel me? 3,700 when I look down. So I'm just here to tell you, stay encouraged. Things will work out for you. But you know what? If you are around a bunch of people saying you didn't stop talking to these people. When you cut them off, when you cut off the access to your personal life, what you're doing, where you live, what you're doing on your day-to-day, where you're going, where you work, what you're smoking and drinking, when you can just cut all them motherfuckers off. Even if you do have a problem with drugs right now, cut off these people that are only there to see what the fuck you're doing, to be nosy. And then go figure out a better way to get you some help, because you'll never be able to be successful getting help around those people, family or friends. My personal opinion is that there's a whole situation, a whole underground movement of people who have deemed people who have used drugs or have had that may be gay, that may use drugs, people that don't fit in to what everybody else wants you to fit in. I really just kind of believe that they're trying to eradicate people who are different or who may have problems with drugs. It's a lot easier to control people when they're using a controlled substance. Ding. And for people out there that don't think that there's secret experiments going on, do we not pay attention to history? Or maybe you didn't. Or maybe you haven't had to because it hasn't affected your demographic of people. Anybody black should realize we've always been fucking lab rats. They've always used us as lab rats. So what fucking makes it any different now? The same family members that enlisted you in that experimental program, their dumbasses are being fucking lab rats too. They just didn't know it. They're expendable. Anybody that's willing to do that to a family member, nobody really gives a fuck about anyway. You're the real prize. You're the real specimen. Believe that. Okay? You can go anywhere and find 10,000 Judases, but you can only find one Jesus. Hello. In that order apple orchard. And that's where I'm going to leave it there. I'm your Uncle 7'9", the spiritual savage. I don't play that shit. You feel me? I'm out. Deuces. Savage.